Howdy folks, we are back in Fallout 4, and last week we were doing the Minutemen Fort slash Castle. I decided to actually call that one Fort Adams, after John Adams, the famous historical figure. And today is a new day in the Commonwealth, and we're going to do a discoverable location. It's probably going to be a series of builds where they are not kind of massive settlements, and they're not going to be player homes either. And in this case we are not far from, if I just toggle the free cam, Sanctuary is just behind those trees over there, and this is kind of this is the lake around Sanctuary, and it's just right next to this pump station thing, which you might find at the beginning of the game. And my idea for this one is, I saw this big rock here, and I thought it'd be really cool to hide some kind of non-vault tech shelter or something inside this rock. If you know other Fallout 4 builders, there is quite a popular builder, I guess, called Hezon. I hope I'm saying that right. And he's very good at doing these kind of underground sheltery things, and basically what he does is builds a shelter underneath something else, and then puts rocks and things around. I'm going to try and use elements of that with this one as well. I'll try and hide the shelter, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these exact rocks, but I think the location's pretty cool, so we're going to go for that one. With all that said, plenty of work to do. Let's get into it. Okay, and after some time we have this. I'll just quickly go over it, but if you're wondering about the mod I'm using to build in this specific location, I will chuck it up on screen now. I don't actually know the name of it off by heart, so here it is. Let me just toggle the free cam. It's probably the best way to have a look around. I couldn't find the exact rock type that was here already, so unfortunately I've had to go with something else. But just bear in mind, this is quite rough. It's not final. I need to obviously add a lot more. But I have basically deleted the original rocks and then placed some kind of structure inside, just using these prefabs as placeholders. So that's not the final look by any means. Just gives me an idea of where the building might go, and then sort of building the rock sort of structure around it. It does kind of look very sort of plonked down. I'm hoping to sort of add some more, I guess, dirt around it to make it look a little bit more kind of smoothed into the location here. But yes, you get a kind of general idea, and I'm trying not to go too high above kind of where the top of the ridge is, just to make it look less obvious, I guess. But yeah, I think this is probably going to be the hardest angle to kind of try and hide it. I'll put a bunch of plants around the outside, and hopefully that'll kind of cover up some of the weirdness. I'm probably going to use the bunker assets to sort of do the structure inside. Alrighty, let's keep going. Alrighty, I have been very busy indeed. I guess the main structure inside the rock is now complete. I've also spent a bit of time trying to integrate the rock into the surroundings. I have this sort of dirt pile thing happening on the side. Now we do have this kind of wooden walkway leading up to the main platform up there. That is going to be something that was kind of added post-war, after the bombs were dropped. And I'm forming a narrative around this whole thing kind of as I build. I'll probably share that at the end. I think that makes the most sense, but let's just have a look at what we have. So we have the entrance into our non-vault tech vault. Very dramatic door opening. Let me just toggle the menus there. Okay, now it's a little bit awkward because the door takes up most of the space, so let's just quickly slam that closed. And this is the structure I've landed on inside. So gone are the wooden prefabs, and we have the bunker. Now the texture is quite repeated. I've got an HD texture pack, but when everything's inside the room, it'll be less obvious, I think. So I guess this is the entrance way. I'm thinking I might put some sort of power supply there, and then this area is going to be dedicated to kind of storage and you know, stuff to keep the whole place running, I guess. And we have this walkway leading up to the large living quarters. Without revealing too much, this place is intended for a couple. So the original inhabitants would be a wife and husband and wife that no longer obviously live because 200 years has gone by. This is kind of where the main living quarters, the house with all the stuff you might need, would be in here. And I'm thinking about putting like a second kind of layer at the top just for extra storage. And yeah, because I guess the idea is that you'd be in here for quite some time. Okay, so you can kind of see I've added the dirt. It's still looking a little bit funny, but once I get the plants in, I'm hoping that it'll look a lot sort of better and more integrated into the hill. So the next step is, let me think, probably the trees, but it could be the interior. We'll have to see. Alrighty, so we have plantage. It looks okay from this angle, I guess. It kind of, I mean, if you're walking up from this way, can't really tell. But then if you go around the front, it's alright, I guess. But yeah, still kind of obvious. But you can see I've added some extra stuff here that kind of might tell a little bit about the narrative I'm going for. I've done a little bit inside. We can go check that out. I'm just going to toggle the free cam here. So we just walk up this way. Got some pot plants here. Oh, I'm stuck. Entranceway now has some mossy stuff. So, just as I said at the start of the video, this is where I've chucked the power plant. It's just one of these reactor thingies, and I did put a little space at the top for, I don't know, whatever this needs to run on, nuclear fuel or something. This area I haven't touched, but I have completed the kind of the living quarters area. I've got this, and this is where the original folks lived, but obviously somebody else is going to take over this place. We have a bathroom that has everything you might need. Kitchen, obviously. And the bedroom. Now I said in the last part it was a couple living here. That's why we have these 2 hospital beds. But there's obviously extras here because there'd be more than 2 people living here now. And we do have ladders about the place because, as I also mentioned in the last part, I've sort of done a second level, not where you would actually live or anything, but where you'd store goods and things. And we have some meat hanging from the roof. Good spot. But yes, still more to put up there, and clearly we have not finished this area. So I think the last update of the video is going to be finishing everything off and then going through kind of the narrative that I came up with this place. Let's get to it. So the bunker in the rock is now complete, and we start off here. I mentioned a narrative, and I do want this to be a kind of a discoverable location. These are the Whitmores. They are the original inhabitants of our bunker. When the bombs were dropping, they escaped to the bunker, but after a few months they have run out of supplies and unfortunately perished inside the bunker. Now, the family that moved in, I guess 170 odd years later, the Carters. So this is Jacob Carter, and we have Evelyn Carter over here feeding some fish, I guess. So they discovered this place and were able to figure out a way to open the door, and they moved in with their 2 kids, and obviously have been building things outside to keep them alive, food stuff and fish stuff. And when they found the bodies, they decided to do the right thing and bury them properly over here, overlooking the water. Let's take a look on the inside. Not much has changed on the outside, just added a few more little plants about the place. Let's come this way. I've opened the door because we've seen enough of that, opening and closing. Added some more stuff around here, so kind of, I guess, electronic stuff. And we do have some doors here now. I do like the action of these doors. Very cool. So this is kind of a big storage area with some engineering stuff as well. Everything you might kind of need to keep this place running. And we do have somewhere to keep the guns. And somewhere to make ammunition. And we do also have some power armor stuff as well. So maybe the Whitmores were associated with the army, I don't know. And we have another one of these cool doors. And up here, I did change this area a little bit, but overall the rest of this place has kind of stayed the same. These are the kids, the Carter kids. We got Matthew and Elise. So he's cleaning up the kitchen. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Goodness me. And she is studying, I guess, or writing a book. We did put some storage and things up there, so that's kind of what I meant to do with that space. And we did have an extra bed here, but I did get rid of it. So we have mum and dad, and then the two kids. I guess they have to fight over who gets the slightly bigger bed. And I did do a busted down door. When the Carters got here, they tried to get into this locked room where the Whitmores were, and found them on the bed. So I'm going to be calling this one the Bunker at Blackwood Hollow, and I'm going to call it done. So if you like this one, please drop us a like, and if you're feeling extra generous, a subscription as well. If you have any comments or questions on this or anything else, drop them below and I'll try and get to them. And on the main channel page, we have a link to the Patreon as well as the Discord. You can jump on the Discord and share your own builds and just get involved with the community. And with all that said, hope to see you on the next video, and have a great day.